What's going on, guys? It's Cats here, back with a brand new video. And I got another story time for you guys today. This one's a little bit mental, a little bit scary. One of the scariest things I've actually ever experienced, to be honest. And yeah, if you like the video today, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. It means a lot more than you guys would ever think. So yeah, appreciate it. And let's get straight into the video. So yeah, today's story is a bit of a wild one actually. It's really, really weird and a bit creepy. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Start off nice and fresh. So today's story is about the time where this old lady, I don't know what she was trying to do, but there was just a creepy old. I'll just get into it. Like, it involves a creepy old lady and a biker gang. So I've just finished off work for the night. It's fairly late. It's around about 11 o'clock, and I've just called up two of my best mates to come pick me up, Oliver and Cooper, and these two are going to be a common characters throughout this story. So just familiarize yourself with those two names. So I'm heading home with Cooper and Oliver, and we head past McDonald's, get ourselves a cheeky feed, and then head back home. And at the time, I had just moved out from my parents' house, and I was living with another good friend of mine in an enclosed complex. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a gated community, where you have to drive your car in, and if you don't live there, there's guest parking and whatnot, usually a little pool or something for everyone to use in the middle, and everyone has their own sort of townhouse apartment. And so in front of these apartments, they're all gated off with their own little corrugated iron gates. And we arrive, we park up, and we walk into the house, and we're sitting there, we're just chatting inside, when all of a sudden our friend Beth, who owns the house, came inside, just all startled and whatnot. And she comes up to us, she's like, guys, there's this weird old lady outside, and she's talking about someone stealing her dog. Like, I'm not sure if she's fully there mentally, but she's saying all this really weird stuff. Can you guys come outside and help? And so our first reaction is like, oh, her dog's been stolen, let's go check on her. She's probably pretty distraught and whatnot. And so we walk out, and this lady was in about her early 60s, maybe late 50s, and she was definitely on some sort of drugs or something. I reckon she'd taken an amphetamine of some sort, and was just, she was in all sorts. It was not a great sight. And this poor lady is just in absolute wreck, nearly sobbing about how they've taken her dog, and we're trying to ask her, like, excuse me, like, ma'am, we cannot help you, who has taken your dog? And she kept on referring to these people as them, so she wouldn't specify who it was. It's just like, I have to go here to get my dog back. And we're like, lady, we cannot help you unless you give us specifics on what to do. And she keeps on rambling about how dog, and how we need to go somewhere to go get it back, otherwise they're going to kill it. And I'm going like, oh my god, yeah, well, this lady's off her nutter on meth or something like that. The kids don't do meth or any drugs for that matter, or you'll end up like this lady. And so we finally managed to be like, can you enter into Google Maps where we need to go to help you? And it was at this point that Beth, who I was living with, whispered to me and Cooper, saying, I have an odd feeling about this lady. And it wasn't the fact that she was high on something, there was just something really sketchy about her. And I didn't really see it until it was too late. But until this moment right now, where this lady has called us over, she's entered where she needs to go into Google Maps. I look onto the phone, and it's 3.5 hours drive away. 3.5 fucking hours to this spot where they're supposedly holding her dog hostage and are threatening to kill it. That is all the information we have at this point. And we're like, sorry lady, I mean, I'm sorry about your dog, but why don't you contact the police? And she just refuses to. She refuses to get the police involved and whatnot. And at this point, we're all starting to get really weirded out. We're like, what the hell is going on? And this is where, you know, it really starts to pick up. So then she changes the location of where this dog is to a park about like 10 minutes away from where we live. And we're like, that's okay, we can drive you there. And so, you know, we get in the car with this lady, and my friend started, and she's getting more and more crazy and delirious as like time is going on. And as we're driving out of the complex, she says, I don't know what Hell's Angels are going to do to my poor doggy. And my heart dropped when I heard that. And for those of you who don't know, Hell's Angels is a very prolific biker gang that has a very large chapter in the part of Australia where I live. They are like very, very active and are very, very dangerous people that you do not want to get involved with. And so as soon as I said that, I went and messaged my friend who was in the front seat. I was in the back with this lady, making sure she didn't, you know, hurt herself or do anything crazy. I messaged him to tell Oliver, who was driving, to go to the police station, that, you know, I said, it's better we leave her there, like take her to the police station, let her out there, than to get involved in this. If Hell's Angels are part of this whole thing, we are better off just leaving her, because, you know, we could lose our lives possibly with, you know, what she's been saying and whatnot. This is just too scary and crazy for us. And so he whispers to Oliver whilst he's driving, and so he changes course to the police station. And then as we're driving, this lady starts rambling about more crazy stuff. She's telling about how Hell's Angels, the biker gang, is going to take her dog and they're going to kill them and stuff. And it, you know, and then she starts talking about a cult, and like at this point her rambling has just become nonsensical. There is like, she's making sentences but giving no context. Like, she was talking about how like there's a cult involved and whatnot, and not giving any context to it, whatnot. So I'm just like, all right, this fucking bitch is crazy. We need to get to the police station. And this is where it gets to its worst part. We've stopped at the lights, and, you know, we're waiting for the lights to turn, you know, green so we can start driving again. And as, you know, we're like, you know, sitting there waiting for these lights to turn green for us to go, we hear these two engines pull up next to us. And these two guys with completely blacked out tinted helmets and Harley Davidson motorcycles pull up right next to the car and are just staring into like the back seat where this lady was, and she starts fucking losing it. Like, she's like hyperventilating, and at this point I was just like, I just yell to fucking drive. Like, I told him, fucking step on the gas, go right now. And he just fucking kicks it into first gear and just absolutely boosts us out of there. And these guys are following behind us. They're not, you know, staying right up next to the car, but they're trailing behind us very, very closely. And, you know, where I'm freaking out, going like, fuck, get to the police station as fast as you can. Like, this is fucked. And so, you know, we're fucking driving as fast as we can to this police station and stuff. Probably broke a few fucking laws on the way there, but, you know, it was sort of not a situation where we could obey the rules of the road. And it was, you know, 12 o'clock at night, so there was nobody else on the road. So we eventually get to the police station, and he just pulls in, fucking tires screeching, and just opens the door, just like, lady, run inside right now. And she, you know, makes a beeline for the police station. These two guys just like pull up, and we just fucking boost it out of there. You know, we did not wait a second longer to see what happens. We were more concerned about our own health and safety at that point. Which is, you know, as fucked up as it sounds, you know, we did this lady a favour at the end of the day. We took her to safety, and, you know, we did what we could for her. And, you know, we've gotten home, and, you know, we're like, what the hell is going on? And for a good couple of months, that whole situation stayed a mystery. You know, we never knew what happened to that lady. We never knew why that all happened or why she came to us and whatnot. It was all really, really bizarre. Up until a couple of weeks ago, where Beth, the owner of the house that, you know, we were staying at the complex, told me about one of our neighbours across the road. His house got raided by the police, and this motherfucker must have thought he was Walter White, because he apparently was manufacturing meth. His house was a meth lab, and the police were raiding it to try and find his goods and whatnot. And apparently what was happening was this neighbor was giving, this meth to this, older lady who'd come in a little Toyota hatchback, and she'd take it and then go sell it off for him, and then would come back. So apparently, this guy used to have issues with the bikies and whatnot. There was just a rumor that was going around the gated community that we were living in, that he had some issues with the bikies and whatnot. That's why he wasn't very popular amongst the other families that lived there. But that is just me pacing it together. It could be something else, but I highly reckon it had something to do with that, because that lady was seen a couple times afterwards in the complex, just pulling up in a car or just walking around and whatnot. So yeah, it's a scary story that I hope nobody else has to witness something like that, because fucking hell, that was terrifying. But that's my story for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Just again, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.